The coffee is just really a labor of love for our family. It's my wife and my 3 daughters and myself, and we absolutely love what we do. When we first started, we had no idea that we were going to be this big of a company. We really just wanted to roast for some of our friends and roast for ourselves, and people just kept buying it, and it really just took off. So we thoroughly enjoy it, and we roast everything by hand. So that's one of the things that's unique about our company, is that we're a small batch roaster. So when you buy coffee in the grocery store, it was roasted in a very large machine, in very large batches, probably controlled by computers. Is mainly how that's done. Everything we do here is by hand. We roast 6 pounds at a time. So that entire 6-pound batch, there's a person that's standing watching the whole process and controlling everything to make sure that it's just right. We start with premium quality coffee beans. That's really important. A lot of people don't realize this, but there's all different kinds of quality of coffee beans. And if you start with a cheap bean, it's hard to make that taste good. We start with a premium quality coffee beans. That's really important. A lot of people don't realize this, but there's all different kinds of quality of coffee beans. And if you start with a cheap bean, it's hard to make that taste good. We start with a premium quality bean, and then we roast it by hand with care. And so that's one of the reasons that our coffee just tastes like it does. Our roaster is a hot air process. So the way it works is there's electrical coils down in the roaster, and just kind of like an old stove, when you turn it on and the eye would turn red, that's how those coils, we turn the electricity on, and those coils will glow red, and we blow air across them and take that clean air and blow it up across the coffee. And by blowing the air, it does two things. It circulates the coffee beans, and it also heats them up, and they begin to roast. So when coffee bean comes to us, it's green. We put it in the roaster, it'll start to turn yellow, and then tan, and then brown as it goes through the process. And then depending on the level of roast, because we have different coffees, some are light roast, some are medium, some are dark. Depends on how long we leave it in the roaster and how dark it gets. Once the coffee is roasted, it's real important to cool it off quickly, because if you pull it out of the roaster and simply set it aside to cool on its own, it'll just continue to roast. So we have a bean cooler, so as soon as we get the coffee at the right temperature, we throw it in the bean cooler and cool it off to room temperature so that we can end the roast process exactly where we want to. By controlling that cool down process, we're able to be consistent, and hopefully every bag of coffee that you get, if you buy the same origin or the same blend, it's going to be the same each time, because we've bought the same beans, we've roasted them the same way, cooled them, packaged them the same process.